Starting with Pure Maths P1, November 2021, variant 11, the very first live session for May-June 2021 session. Here are the dates. Today is 2nd May. So you'll be getting this live/recorded session. Based upon the technical difficulties, कभी कभार ऐसा होगा कि लाइव सेशन की जगह रिकॉर्डेड आपको मिलेगा, लेकिन जो टाइम दिया हुआ है उसी टाइम पे वो प्रीमियर करेगा, तो आपको वही फील होगा जो कि एक लाइव सेशन का है। दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि मेरा फोकस एग्ज़ाम रिपोर्ट पर भी होगा। तो हम लोग ये करेंगे कि पहले सारे हम लोग क्वेश्चंस डन कर लेंगे और उसके बाद फिर हम लोग एग्ज़ाम रिपोर्ट भी आराम से पढ़ेंगे, समझेंगे और उसकी नॉलेज को अपने पेपर्स में इंशाल्लाह अप्लाई करेंगे। सो चलें, करते हैं बिस्मिल्लाह। Question number 1. This is about binomial. Expand this thing. 1 minus half x. Actually half 1 over 2x है. Raised to power of 2. Expand करना है. 3 terms हैं. This is a square minus 2ab plus b square. ये तो नॉर्मल तरीके से आपने एक्सपैंड किया. 1 2 कैंसिल हो गया, माइनस 1 ओवर एक्स प्लस 1 ओवर 4 और एक्स स्क्वायर नीचे है. फाइंड द फर्स्ट 4 टर्म्स इन द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ दिस. 1 प्लस 2x रेज टू पावर ऑफ 6. आई विल ट्राई टू कीप द लाइव सेशन बाइलिंगुअल. आप थोड़ी बहुत उर्दू, थोड़ी बहुत इंग्लिश, इसलिए कि दोनों किस्म की रिक्वेस्ट आती है. सो आई विल डू अ मिक्स एंड मैच. सो देयरफॉर दिस इज 6c0 2x raised to power of 0, the first term will be 1, 6c1, 2x raised to power of 1, 6c2, 2x raised to power of 2, and 6c3, 2x raised to power of 3, and so on. पहला वाला तो सीधा सीधा 1 हो गया, अगला वाला that is 6 multiplied by 2x, अगला वाला जो है 6c2 15 होता है, multiplied by 4x square, or the next one is 20 into 8x cube. Make a habit, आदत डालें to double check, always double check. So I remember these values, that 6c2 जो है that is 15 and 6c3 that is 20 and nc1 is in. Of course you are allowed to use a calculator and always take care of the plus signs and everything. Since there is a plus in the middle, all the terms are positive. So now let's simplify. 1 plus 10 12x. I was just looking at the clock. I think we started somewhere around 3:05. So according to this clock, this is 3:05 p.m. and I got started with this. 15 into 4, that is 60x square, and this is 160x cube. Why am I focusing on the time? If you know your stuff in and out, आपको आता है अपना पूरे सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर, कमांड है, क्वेश्चन देख के आप घबराएंगे नहीं. कोई एक आध क्वेश्चन तो ऐसा होता है, ऑफ कोर्स दैट्स आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स, सो दैट्स नथिंग टू बी अफ्रेड ऑफ. इफ यू आर बीइंग स्केर्ड आफ्टर सो मच प्रैक्टिस, अदर्स आर आल्सो गेटिंग स्कैर्ड, सो इग्नोर दैट थिंग. ठीक है ना, उसको तो साइड पे लगाएं. अब यहाँ पर जो है मेन क्वेश्चन है वो आपको इन एंड आउट आने चाहिए. तो मैं अभी टाइमिंग की क्या बात कर रहा था, मैं ये बात कर रहा था कि मैं समझाते हुए कितनी देर में करूंगा, उतनी देर में सुकून से आपको कर लेना चाहिए. अब ये कह रहे हेंस फाइंड द कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्स. अब दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करा. तो पहला जो है वो है 1 minus 1 over x, 1 minus 1 over x plus 1 over 4x square at the bottom. And then this is 1 plus 12x. So let me write it at the top. 1 plus 12x plus 60x square plus 160x cube. किसको किससे मल्टीप्लाई करना है? That is the $1 million question. तो हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे. We start with the green one. This one is multiplied with this thing because we are multiplying with coefficient of x. So the green with the green. This negative and this 1 over x with this x square, because x square over x is again x. And last but not the least, that is this reddish one, that is 1 over 4x square into 160x cube. So that is the way that you will multiply. So I'll simply write it down. Coefficient of x, follow the colors, 1 into 12, and minus 1, I'm taking the coefficient, minus 1 into 60 and 1/4 into 160, and that's your answer for this part. Next question. A curve has this equation, a line has this equation. Find the set of values for which the line and curve do not intersect. So this is a quadratic question and it involves most probably a quadratic inequality. So if you can see in the future what exactly you have to do, then your life becomes very easy. So therefore get rid of y, kx square plus 2x minus k is equals to kx minus 2. Too many k's you can see. Kx square plus 2x minus kx minus k plus 2 equals to 0. Rearrange it. Kx square plus 2 minus k is the coefficient of x and 2 minus k is the constant term equals to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. What is a? K. What is b? 2 minus k. What is c? 2 minus k. Let's double check if everything is correct. I'm going to go slow on this. Kx square is kx square. This is plus 2. This is kx with a negative sign. Perfect. Minus k plus 2. Minus k plus 2 written as 2 minus k. Perfect. So this is a, this is b, this is c. So therefore, do not intersect. Therefore, b square minus 4ac is less than 0. So therefore, this is 2 minus k. The whole thing square minus 4 into k into c is 2 minus k is less than 0. So now there are two approaches. Either I can take common or I can expand. I think let's go with common. So this is 2 minus k common. This is 2 minus k inside minus 4k is less than 0. So I don't have to waste my time. This is 2 minus k. This is 2 minus k minus 4k. This is 2 minus 5k is less than 0. Now what is happening? The coefficient of k is negative. So let me do it using two methods. Method 1, take it at the face value. So this time the graph would be upside down. So the roots are, let me first draw the graph. The graph is like this. What are the roots? So 2 minus k equals to 0, k is equals to 2, and 2 minus 5k equals to 0, k is equals to 2/5. So one of the root is 2 and the other root is 2/5, and it says less than 0. So when it says less than 0, that is the region below the x-axis, like this and like this. So did I flip the inequality correctly? So this is 2 minus k whole square, but wait a minute. There are two negatives. It's not one negative, it's two negatives. Oh, that changes the whole game. So therefore 2 minus k and 2 minus 5k. So therefore this negative and this negative is making it positive. So this is a positive coefficient of k square in this inequality. So therefore it's just a straightforward thing like this, and the graph is like this. So now 2 minus k equals to 0, therefore k is plus 2, and 2 minus 5k is equals to 0, k is 2/5. So this is 2. Let me make a nicer one. This is 2, this is 2/5, and then it says a lesser than 0. So lesser than 0 is this region. So one single region, one single inequality. Therefore, k lies between 2/5 and 2. That is the answer for this part. Now, what exactly is method 2? Method 2 is if someone wants to simplify it before. So this is minus 1 common, k minus 2. And this is minus 1 common, 5k minus 2. And less than 0. So therefore, this minus 1 and this minus 1 makes it positive. The inequality remains as it is. So k minus 2, 5k minus 2 less than 0, and the rest of the working is the same. Got the idea? That is question number 2. Let's move to question number 3. Solve by factorizing the equation such and such. This is O-level math stuff. There are 4 terms. So this is like the first and the second and the third and the fourth. This is called factorization by making groups. So grouping. This is not middle term. A lot of people, they have weak basics in maths, so they get stuck on this thing. Don't do anything. Make pairs, take common. So 6 cosine theta tangent theta minus 3 cosine theta plus 4 tangent theta minus 2 equals to 0. So now these two terms versus these two. So therefore, what should you take common? Cosine theta, 6 tan theta, actually take 3 also common. So 3 cosine theta, 2 tangent theta minus 1, and this is 2 common. 2 tangent theta minus 1 equals to 0. 2 tangent theta minus 1, and then 3 cosine theta plus 2 equals to 0. So therefore, 2 tangent theta minus 1 equals to 0. Tangent theta equals to half. 3 cosine theta plus 2 equals to 0. Therefore, cosine theta is negative 2/3. The 4-step method in this one, that is, which quadrant are they talking about? The first and the third. What is the range? 0 to 180. So theta lies between 0 to 180. So basically, only the first quadrant will be applicable. Similarly, when we solve this thing, cosine theta is negative 2/3. So instead of first and fourth, this is second and third. Again, because of theta lying between 0 and 180 degrees, which one is applicable? So only this one is applicable. Got the idea? So now what should I do? I should calculate the basic angle. So let alpha be the basic angle. Tangent of alpha is 0.5. Therefore, alpha is, I think, 26 point something degrees. I'll just write that. I'm just writing it down from my memory. Cosine of alpha is 2/3. Therefore, alpha is something. Now let me go to the calculator. So in the calculator, if I apply this, make sure calculator is in the radian mode, and tan inverse, no, first of all, yeah, tan inverse 0.5, and this comes out to be, it's in radians. I don't need radians, my bad. So it's degrees that I'm looking for. So this is 0.5, and this time this comes out to be 26.57 degrees, 26.57. And when we divide 2 divided by 3, that is this much, and cosine inverse. So cosine inverse, that is 48.19 degrees. So therefore, the answer over here, theta is 26.6 degrees, correct to 1 decimal place. That is what the requirement is for angle in degrees. सही? और यहाँ पर जो है वो क्या होगा? Theta is 180 minus 48.19. That is actually 48.2. So this comes out to be 131.8 degrees. So that is the working for this one. So this is 131.8 degrees, and this I've changed into 2 because it's already being rounded off. So this is again 1 decimal place. So this thing is done. Next question, that's question number 4. It says the first term of an arithmetic progression is a and the common difference is -4. So there is an AP and first term is a, common difference is -4. There is a GP. What's the info about GP that we have? We have the first term is 5a and the common ratio is -1/4. The sum to infinity of the geometric progression is equal to sum of the first 8 terms of the arithmetic. Sum of first 8 terms, that is 8 divided by 2, are 2a n minus 1, that is 7 into -4. That is the first part. And for the GP, the sum to infinity, it's a over 1 minus r, that is 5a over 1 minus -1/4. Now one asked this question. किसी ने ये सवाल पूछा कि एग्जाम रिपोर्ट में यहाँ प्लस माइनस लिखा हुआ है. आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपेंड टू द एग्जामिनर, क्यों इससे लिखा है. ऑफ कोर्स जो वैल्यू है वो एज इट इज लिखेंगे. अपने चीज़ों के ऊपर आपको कमांड होनी चाहिए, अपना कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए. मार्क स्कीम देखकर आप अपनी डायरेक्शन सेट नहीं करेंगे. Mark scheme is just for help, just for checking the answers. Whatever you have learned in class from your teachers, have confidence in that, have confidence in your teacher, and just follow that. That's all you need to know. So this comes out to be 5a divided by 5 over 4, and this simplifies to 4a. Now what else is it asking for? Find the value of a. Nothing special. Let me just simply equate it. So therefore this thing gets equated to this, and you will find the value of a, which I think comes out to be 28 or something. Simple value. The kth term of the arithmetic progression is 0. When we say Tn, that is a plus n minus 1 into d. That's the nth term. If they use the symbol k, that is a plus k minus 1 into d. So a is 28, k minus 1 is k minus 1, d is negative 4, and this is equaling to 0. So k minus 1 into negative 4 is negative 28, too easy. K minus 1 is negative 7, therefore k comes out to be positive 7. Negative and negative cancel, therefore k comes out to be 8. So the 8th term of this arithmetic progression is 0. So now this thing is done. This is question 4. Question 5. Now this is a nice one. The diagram shows part of the graph, and it says find the values of the positive integers a, b, and c. Now what is the logic behind it? First of all, I'm just writing down some background knowledge. When we talk about y is equals to sine of kx as well as y is equals to cosine of kx, so the piece of information that we know is that k cycles in 360 degrees. One other piece of info, if you need it, that is the new period is 360 degrees divided by k. Now let me apply this knowledge in order to find the coefficient of x, where k is the coefficient of x. Keep that in mind. So when they say bx, so b is the coefficient of x, I can do it this part in two ways. First of all, you see that one cycle starting from here to here, this is one cycle, correct? And this is the other cycle like this. Or you can say like this, that's one cycle. So one cycle is in 180. So let me write this thing as 360, instead of 360, 2 pi over k. So since the period is pi, therefore b is 2 pi, actually pi equals to 2 pi over b. So therefore b comes out to be 2. That's one way, method 1. Let me label it. So this is method 1 of doing this calculation. I personally prefer method 2. तो मैं आपको बता देता हूँ कि मुझे मेरी क्या preference है, दोनों methods मैंने आपको बता दिया. I can read it for myself. I can see it for myself. 2 cycles in 360 degrees. 2 pi is 360. Therefore, b comes out to be 2 because b is the number of cycles. Got the idea? So just basic thing. What else do I need to know? I need to know the fact that the amplitude is half the difference between maximum and minimum value. So the difference between maximum and minimum, this is called the amplitude. So this a, that is the coefficient of trig function. That is the amplitude. So a is half. What's the maximum that you see? You see in 8. What's the minimum? That's minus 2. That is 8 minus minus 2. So that is 10 divided by 2. This comes out to be 5. So the value of a comes out to be 5. What else do you need? The C, the shift. C is the vertical shift. Now the maximum value should have been 5, but in reality it's 8. The minimum value should have been negative 5, but in reality this is negative 2. What exactly are you adding? You're adding a 3, you're adding a 3, therefore the value of C comes out to be 3. So what is the final answer? How you should write it? The examiner is not interested in the working as such. Of course, you need to do the working. The value of A is 5. the value of B is 2, the value of C is 3. So these are the answers for this part. Now let's focus on this. For the values of A, B, and C, use the diagram to determine the number of solutions in the interval for each of the following equations. A cosine Bx, this is your y. A cosine Bx plus C, this is again your y. Let me write it. This is your y, this is your y. So this is like O-level math. Graphical solution of equation. You need to draw another thing. So what exactly are they asking us to draw? They are asking us to draw 6 pi over x. This is a straight line. Compare y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to 6 pi x plus 0. Therefore, the y-intercept is 0. The gradient is 6 over pi. Just plug in some values. So take x, find y, 0 and pi and 2 pi. Very simple. When x is 0, y is 0. When x is pi, the pi cancels out, leaving behind 6. When x is 2 pi, you get a 12. So these are the three values you get, 0, 6 and 12. So let me erase this thing. So therefore, this is 0 and 6 and 12. So let me label this thing. When x is 0, y is 0. When x is pi, y is 6. When x is 2 pi, y is 12. And join it using a straight line like this. So this is the equation. What exactly is it asking for? Number of solutions of the equation. How many points of intersection do you see? So you see many points of intersection. So just number them. So therefore, the points of intersection are, first of all, you are seeing the first point and then the other point and then the other point. So there are 3 solutions of equation because there are 3 points of intersection. That is for this one. Now, what is the second thing? 6 minus this thing. Y is equals to mx plus c. Y is equals to negative. Now the gradient is negative. Negative 6 over pi x plus 6. This time the gradient is negative 6 over pi. This time the y-intercept is 0. Again, draw another table. You have x, you have y. When you plug in 0, you get a 6. When you plug in a pi, you get a 0. When you plug in 2 pi, so you get pi cancel, minus 12 plus 6 is minus 6. So 6, 0, minus 6. So let me draw another line. So now this is, let me choose another color. So this is 6 and 0 and there is no space for minus 6. I'm just drawing it a little bit down. And the working will be achieved with this. So let me grab another line and this thing goes like this. So how many points of intersection do you see? You see one point of intersection. You see another point of intersection. So this is line 2. The above one is line 1. This is line 1. This is line 2. So you see 2 points of intersection. Therefore, there are 2 solutions of equation. That's how it's done. Let's move on. Question number 6. What does it say? Question number 6 says the diagram shows a metal plate ABC in which the sides are the straight line AB. So there is a straight line AB. Let's label it. And arcs AC and BC. The line AB has a length 6. I can see it. The arc AC is part of a circle with center B. The arc AC is part of a circle with center B. That means that's how the radius is. That's how another line is like this. And that's how this is created. So that's how this is drawn. What else is there? Radius 6 and the arc BC is part of a circle with center A. So now draw it like this. And again a coloring on this. That means what exactly are they asking? They're asking the perimeter and they're asking the area. So it's a straightforward question. First of all, what do you get? This is 6 and this is 6. So therefore, this triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. That's the first thing. And the angle theta anywhere is pi by 3. That's the first thing. Now let's erase the extra stuff like this and like this. Let me erase everything. Find the perimeter of the plate. So the perimeter of the plate is the arc length AC, which is r theta, which is 6 into pi by 3, which is 2 pi. Arc length BC is also the same thing, 2 pi. Length AB, that is equals to 6. So the perimeter is straightforward. That is 6 plus 2 pi plus 2 pi, which comes out to be 6 plus 4 pi. So that's an easy question after very many years. Find the area of the plate, give your answer in terms of pi and root 3. Now let me first join these two like this. Can I find the area of this purple region like this? I can. Area of this region, area of sector BAC, that is half r square. R is 6 square and theta is pi by 3. So 36 divided by 6, that is 6 pi. And area of triangle ABC, that is half A B sine of pi by 3. So 36 divided by 2 is 18 and this is root 3 over 2. That is 6 root 3. Therefore, the difference is this region, that is this thing. So this difference is sector is bigger, triangle is smaller. That is 6 pi minus 6 root 3. This sector is exactly the same thing because of symmetry, because of the dimension, not symmetry as such, as this thing. So therefore, let me label this thing. This is exactly the same. So this segment is also equals to 6 pi minus 6 root 3. And what is it asking for? It's asking for area of the plate. And we already know the area of the triangle. So basically, I've done everything over here. So let me just write it. Part B am I working for? Area of plate is area of triangle plus 2 times area of segments. Correct? So triangle plus segment, triangle is 6 root 3. And 2 times segment is 6 pi minus 6 root 3. So this is 6 pi minus 6 root 3. So that is 6 root 3 and this is 12 pi minus 12 root 3. So this is 12 pi minus 6 root 3. That is the answer in the exact form unless I have made some small calculation error. So this difference is 6 pi minus 6 root 3. This is 9. My bad. I just had a feeling that I made some small mistake. This is 9. This is 9. This is 9. So let me just write it like this. So this is 9 over here. This is 9 over here. This is 9 over here. And this root 3 thing is 9 and a 9. And let's see. So this is 9 root 3. This is 9 and this after 2 it becomes 18. So 6 minus 18 is 2 into 9. Let me just double check. Area of this triangle is difference is 6 pi minus 9 root 3. This is 6 pi minus 9 root 3. So 2 into 6 is 12. 2 into 9 is 18. And then this comes out to be, let me see, I think I made one small mistake. First of all, the area of the sector is 6 pi. And then the area of this thing is minus 9 root 3. This is perfect. 6 6 are 36. and 36 divided by 2 is 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. This is perfect. So this is perfect. This is perfect. The difference is 6 pi minus 9 root 3. This is the same thing as 6 pi minus 9 root 3. So area of the triangle is 6 9 root 3. Okay, I got my mistake because this thing was also coming over here. So this is 9 and this is 9, and 9 minus 18 is minus 9. So now this is all perfectly done. Write centimeter square at the end. So sometimes these mistakes are made. This is part B, that's already done on the other side. Question number 7. Now this thing is about a circle. What exactly is it saying? It says a circle with center 5, 2 passes through the point 7, 5. So this is a point on the circle. Center is 5, 2. And a point on the circumference is 7, 5. Therefore, AC magnitude would be the radius. So radius is 5 minus 7 whole square and 2 minus 5 whole square under root. So this is 2 square, which is 4, 3 square, which is 9. 2 minus 5 is 3, 3 square is 9 under root. That comes out to be square root of 13 units. Therefore, equation of a circle, x minus something whole square, y minus something whole square. This is r square. This is root 13 square, which is 13. And what is the center, which is 5, 2. So this is 5 and this is 2. So that's the equation. The line intersects the circle at A and B. So now this is simultaneous. Y is equals to 5x minus 10 and x minus 5 whole square. And this is y minus 2 whole square is equals to 13. So this y, 5x minus 10, this goes over here. So 5x minus 10 minus 2, which is 5x minus 12, the whole thing square. And this is 13 and this is x minus 5 whole square. And you would simplify and you would solve and you would end up with two answers. One answer is you get x is equals to 2 and x is equals to 3 and corresponding y values, y is 0, y is 5. Therefore, let me label the first one as 2, 0. Let me label the second one as 3, 5. One is A, one is B. And exact length, that is AB, that is a kiddish question to ask. 2 minus 3 whole square and 0 minus 5 whole square under root. So 25, 26, that is root 26 units. That thing is done. So much space for this question, unbelievable. This is too easy. I hope I did not miss out any part. So this is for like 2 marks and this is for 7 mark. Let me double check. Did I miss out anything? It's simultaneous. Of course, I did not do simultaneous. Okay, so I skipped that part. Even if you do it, that's hardly few marks. And then you get A and B and then this thing. So this is perfectly right. Question number 8. Sometimes it happens कि ये होता है कि आपको ज़रा सा शक होता है कि ऐसा तो नहीं है कि कुछ आपने wrong कर दिया. एक मर्तबा डबल चेक कर ले. कभी कभार they are not very just and follow what should I say, the limits that they should be following in giving out the marks. So sometimes very less marks for something difficult, sometimes many marks, which makes you rethink about your working for something very easy. Question number 8. This is completing square. This is something to do with functions, something to do with range, something to do with F inverse, and then transformation. So nice question. So minus 3x square plus 12x plus 2 minus 3 common x square minus 4x minus 2/3. I'll always be very careful with the minus sign. This minus into this will give me this. This minus into this will give me this. This minus into this will give me this. So that's the first thing. Minus 3 x square minus 4x plus bracket square minus bracket square minus 2/3. What goes inside the bracket? Half the coefficient of x, half the coefficient of x. Rewrite this thing as the perfect square. So this is x minus 2 whole square. Minus 3 is still waiting on the outside. This is minus 4 minus 2/3. Minus 4 minus 2/3. Now there are two options. या तो इसको मैं पहले simplify करूं फिर multiply करूं, या I'm not interested in fractions right now, जान छोड़ाए, सब multiply कर लें, काम हो जाएगा आपका. So therefore this is minus 3x minus 2 whole square, minus 3 into minus 4 is plus 12, and minus minus cancel, plus 2. Therefore this is minus 3x minus 2 whole square plus 14. अच्छा, इस फॉर्मेट में आ गया, लेकिन हमारा स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म क्या है? व्हाट इज द स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म दैट वी यूज ऑल ओवर? दैट इज दिस थिंग. So a is positive, that's the shape, minus h is minus 2, therefore h is plus 2, k is 14, therefore 2 comma 14 is the coordinate of the turning point. The one-to-one function is defined by such and such. What's the concept over here? Inverse only exists for one-to-one. And the one-to-one function is defined, x is less than or equal to k. Do not confuse this k with our k. State the largest possible value. This k that they have given is always equals to x coordinate of turning point. When the inequality is lesser than or equal to, they ask for the largest. If the question was x is greater than or equal to q, they would ask for the smallest possible value. So the smallest possible value would still be x coordinate of turning point. Remember that. Largest could be greatest, smallest could be least, and so on. So the value of k comes out to be 2. That thing is done. Now, what else is there? They are saying it is now given that k is equals to negative 1. So our function is, where it is, minus 3x minus 2 whole square plus 14. If I plug in negative 1, what happens? Minus 3 minus 1 minus 2 whole square plus 14. 3 square is 9. 9 into 3 is negative 27 plus 14. That comes out to be negative 13. And the domain is x is less than or equal to negative 1. So just a small sketch would serve our purpose. Something like this. The turning point is 2 comma 14. So this is the turning point, that's 2, and that is 14, like this. But we are not interested in the turning point, we are interested in minus 1. But I'm just showing you the graph. The original graph was something from the turning point, it would be like this. Because it is to do with the minimum. It's like this. But when we are going to minus 1, so minus 1, it's the other way around. My bad. Let me correct myself. This A was positive. So this A was positive. I did not see it. This was positive. My bad, I'm writing it again. This was negative. It's over here. And this thing is upside down. So this thing is upside down. So let me correct myself. And it's like this, and that's how it's going. Let me make it more steeper, something like this. So now when I will draw the corresponding value for minus 1, so somewhere here is minus 1, and that is minus 13. So it's not drawn to scale. This minus 1 is giving me minus 13. And since you are going to the left of minus 1, the y value is going down. So therefore, the range of this function is fx is lesser than or equal to negative 13. That is the concept that's needed over here. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and so on. So a graph really helps. Find an expression for f inverse. That's straightforward. Let y equals to fx. Therefore, f inverse y equals to x. So we will use the completed square form, minus 3x minus 2 whole square plus 14. Remember, you are going to the left of turning point or to the left of minus 1. The square root will have a negative sign. That's a hard and fast rule. So therefore, y minus 14 divided by minus 3 is x minus 2 whole square. Let me first simplify this. 14 minus 1, y over 3 is x minus 2 whole square. x minus 2 is square root 14 minus y over 3 and give it a negative sign. And then make x the subject, that is 2 minus the square root 14 minus y divided by 3. But what is x equals to? X किसके बराबर है? X is f inverse y. So therefore f inverse x is equals to 2 minus square root 14 minus x divided by 3. And that is what the answer. अब यहाँ भी जब आप एग्जामिनर रिपोर्ट देखेंगे उसने खामा का प्लस माइनस दिया हुआ है, जो असूल है उस असूल को फॉलो करें. सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, लेट मी राइट इट इन वेरी वेरी बोल्ड वर्ड्स, फॉलो द रूल्स. ठीक है? एंड डोंट बी मिसलेड बाय द एग्जामिनर रिपोर्ट. Now it's asking for translation. Now let me first write the original graph. Fx was how much? Minus 3x minus 2 whole square plus 14. The turning point is x is 2 comma 14. And now they want to translate it. So minus 3 is shift 3 units to the left. And then what exactly is it doing? And then it says plus 1, shift 1 unit up. And now it's asking you to express gx. So basically work in terms of the turning point. So turning point is 2 comma 14. So basically 2 plus negative 3, that is negative 1. That is the first thing that you need to do. And 14 plus 1, that comes out to be 15. So therefore your working should be that these are the new turning point. So the new turning point is minus 1 comma 15 because you have shifted 3 units to the left. So therefore gx is minus 3 as it is, and this is x minus minus 1 whole square plus 15. This is minus 3 x plus 1 whole square plus 15. Now expand, minus 3 x square plus 2x plus 1 plus 15. This is minus 3x square minus 6x minus 3 plus 15. So therefore this is minus 3x square minus 6x plus 12. That is the answer in the form px square plus qx plus r. Px square plus qx plus r. If the examiner was asking us to state it separately, p is negative 3 and q is negative 6 and r is positive 12. So that was a nice question. Question number 9. Let's have a look. F prime x is such and such. Given that f of 1 is this thing. Fx is y. So this statement, what it means is that when x is 1, y is negative 1/3. Or it passes through the point 1 comma negative 1/3. If it was a question regarding a graph or something or coordinates, it could have been written like this. So f prime x equals to 2x square minus 7 minus 4x minus 2. Therefore fx equals to integrate 2x square minus 7 minus 4x minus 2 dx. Integrate each term. That is 2x cube over 3 minus 7x minus 4 as it is, x minus 2 plus 1 over minus 2 plus 1 plus a constant of integration c. Now plug in the values. X is 1, y is minus 1/3, minus 1/3, 2/3, x is 1. So now this is really a pain when you have to solve something like this. So minus 4 over minus 1, this is 1 over x plus c. And this x is actually 1. So when you do the working, you will focus and you'll find the value of c. In this scenario, c comes out to be 2. Let me rewrite the statement. Equation f prime x, that's 2/3 x cube minus 7x. This minus becomes a plus, that's 4 over x plus 2. That is the answer for this part. Find the coordinates of the stationary points. F prime x equals to 0. Does it ask for anything else? Find f double prime x. That's second this thing and the nature. So where is f prime x? F prime x is 2x square minus 7 minus 4 over x square. 2x square minus 7 minus 4 over x square equals to 0. This looks like a disguised quadratic equation to me. So let m equals to x square, m square is equals to x4. This I'll be needing. So this is 2m minus 7 minus 4 over m equals to 0. So therefore this is 2m square minus 7m minus 4 equals to 0. So basically what am I getting is that m is equals to x square, correct? And m square is x4. Well, I've already changed it. So first factorize, that is 2m square. 2 into minus 4 is negative 8. So negative 8m plus m minus 4 equals to 0. 2m, m minus 4 plus 1, m minus 4 equals to 0. 2m plus 1, m minus 4 equals to 0. Therefore, m is negative half. Therefore, m is positive 4. But what does m equals to? But m equals to x square. So x square is negative half. No answer. Cannot take square root of a negative number till you study P3. And x square is equals to 4. Therefore, x is plus 2. X is minus 2. Are both answers acceptable or just one? There is no limitation. Find the coordinates of the stationary points and find f double prime x, and let's see, determine the nature of each point. That means this thing is perfectly done. Each point is x is 2, x is minus 2. Therefore, what's the corresponding value of function? So y is equals to something, y is equals to something else. I'm leaving out the easy part. Now f prime x, let me write it again. That is 2x square minus 7 minus 4x minus 2. Let me differentiate it even more. That is 4x minus 0 minus 4 minus 2 x minus 3. That is 4x plus 8 over x cube. When x is positive 2, f double prime of 2, that naturally will come out to be positive because both terms are positive. Therefore, this one is a minimum. Naturally, the other one has to be a maximum. F double prime of negative 2. F double prime negative 2. That is 4 into negative 2 plus 8 into negative 2 cube. That is negative 8. And this comes out to be negative 1, which is negative. Therefore, this point is a maximum. So that's how these two things are obtained. A straightforward question. And I think you people must be missing the question of stationary point, which are related with the mensuration and everything. So you don't see it over here. Question number 10. Let's see. Something to do with the infinity sign. So let me write two statements. Any number divided by 0 is undefined. Therefore, any number divided by undefined is 0. So these are the information that I'll be needing for this one. So now let's get started. Simple integration. Chain rule. This is 3x minus 2 raised to power of negative 3 over 2 dx. So let me write the chain rule also on the side. That is integral of ax plus b raised to power of n dx. It's only valid for a linear expression. That is ax plus b. Increase the power by 1. Divide by the new power. And divide by the coefficient of x, which is a, plus a constant of integration c. So therefore, this is 3x minus 2. Minus 3 over 2 plus 1 divided by minus 3 over 2 plus 1. And derivative of the bracket is 3. Now let me pinpoint. This thing is this. And this thing is this. So that you know exactly what's happening. Plus, there is no constant of integration because there are limits. So first, simplify. First of all, minus 3 over 2 plus 1 is negative half. Negative half into 3 is negative 3 over 2. So that is negative 2/3 after the flip. And this is 1 over 3x minus 2 with a square root at the bottom. Is this thing correct? Now there is 1, there is infinity. What happens next? Because of the minus sign, these two can change places. It's not necessary to do it, but if you do it, it's perfectly comfortable. It's perfectly fine. So 1 over square root 3x minus 2. 1 goes up, infinity goes down. So therefore, plug in the upper limit, 2/3 as it is. And 1 over 3 minus 2, that is square root of 1, minus 1 over 3 infinity minus 2 square root. So this thing is still infinity, but any number divided by infinity becomes 0. So the answer for this part is a beautiful 2/3. That is question number 10. What is this? The diagram shows the curve. The shaded region is bounded. The shaded region is rotated about the x-axis. What's the rule for volume? Volume is pi, limits a and b. Whatever is the function, square it, integrate it, and then don't forget to multiply by pi. Limits also. When I square it, what happens? 3 over 2, a raised to power of 3 over 2 square, that is simply a cube. So therefore, this is volume pi, limits 1 and 2. This is 1 over 3x minus 2, the whole thing cube dx. I've already done the squaring because this is 3x minus 2 raised to power of 3 over 2 raised to power of 2 is 3x minus 2 cube. Take it up. Therefore, this is 1 to 2, 3x minus 2 cube dx. I have not integrated it yet. So now this is pi, this is 1 to 2. This is 3x minus 2, 3 plus 1 is 4, divided by 4, divided by 3. Let me emphasize again, this 4 is this thing, and this 3 is this thing, and remove the integral sign because it's already integrated. So your limits are what? Your limits are 1 and 2. Take the constant 12 on the outside, so that's pi over 12. This is 3x minus 2 raised to power of 4 between 1 and 2. This is pi over 12. 3 2s are 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 raised to power of 4. Minus 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 raised to power of 4. So 4 raised to power of 4 is 256, I think. This is pi over 12. This is 256 minus 1 is 255. So therefore, the answer is 255 pi over 12. If I'm not mistaken, the answer is something like this. So do double check the working so that everything is done. But I think I have a feeling, I think I made a mistake. That mistake is over here. That is this minus sign. So I forgot that minus sign and I need to correct it. So this is, let me work on it. This is pi and this is 3x minus 2 minus 3 plus 1 minus 3 plus 1. Now look at it, how comfortably a mistake can be made. This and this, that is why double checking is a must. Double checking is a must between 1 and 2. So 3 into minus 2 is minus 6. So that is minus pi by 6. And this becomes 1 over 3x minus 2. And there is a square and there is 1 and there is a 2. Get rid of this minus sign. Change the positions of the upper and the lower limit. That is pi by 6. And 1 over 3x minus 2 square. And 2 goes down, 1 goes up. That's pi over 6. 3 minus 2 is 1, so 1 over 1 square minus 1 over 3 2s are 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 square is 16. So therefore this is pi over 6 and 1 minus 1 over 16 is 15 over 16. Is that so? So therefore simplify 3 2s are 3 5s are 2 into 16 is 32. That is pi over 32. 5 pi over 32 cubic units. So this thing is done. Then it says the normal to the curve at the point 1 1 crosses the point at A. So wait a minute, dy by dx, do we have it or do we need to find it? Dy by dx, we should be finding it. 1 over 3x minus 2 raised to power of 3 over 2. So let me first write it. Y is equals to 3x minus 2 raised to power of minus 3 over 2. dy by dx, that is negative 3 over 2, 3x minus 2. Power reduces, negative 5 over 2. Don't forget to multiply by derivative of bracket, which is 3. So therefore, this is minus 9 over 2. And this is 1 over 3x minus 2 raised to power of 5 over 2. Correct? Now, when x is 1, 3 into 1 minus 2 is 1. 1 raised to any power would be 1. So I just did this thing on the side. So therefore, when x is 1, dy by dx is minus 9 over 2. And this is 1 over 1. So this is gradient of tangent. Therefore, gradient of normal should be plus 2 over 9. That is the first thing that needs to be done. So what else is there? Let's find the equation of the tangent. A normal, equation of normal. That is y minus y1, which is 1. This is x minus x1. A gradient is m x minus x1. That's the equation. It crosses the y-axis. Crosses y-axis. Therefore, x is equals to 0. So y minus 1 is 2 over 9 into 0 minus 1. Therefore, y is minus 2 over 9 plus 1. Therefore, y comes out to be 7 over 9. So therefore, what are they asking for? Find the y coordinate of A. This is done. Now, let me show one other method. That is, I can just use the concept of gradient. I can say, let me just shift it up. Okay, so when I have, it crosses the y-axis, the coordinate of A is 0 comma small a. And this point, let's call it P, which is 1, 1. And the gradient of normal is minus plus 2 over 9. So it's going to pass through this. It's going to pass through this. A minus 1 over 0 minus 1 is 2 over 9. A minus 1 is 2 over 9 with a negative sign. A is equals to 1 plus negative 2 over 9, which comes out to be 7 over 9. Therefore, the coordinate of A is 0 comma 7 over 9. So this is using the concept of slope without finding the equation. And we just finished the paper. So now we started at 3:05. I finished the paper at 4:03. Not bad. So अच्छा time था 3:05 till 4:03. With all that explanation in 58 minutes, I solved an 1 hour 50 minute, that is 110 minute paper, correct? So I finished a 110 minute paper in 58 minutes by doing all the explanation. So I think that's too good. Now let me go to the examiner report and let's understand the things. So maybe like 15 more minutes on this one. Key messages. What is the first thing? The first thing is the question paper contains a statement in the rubric on the front cover that no marks will be given for unsupported answers from a calculator. Something very, very, very important. Everything needs to be shown. Simultaneous, quadratic, factorization, inequality, everything. This means that clear working must be shown to justify solutions, particularly in syllabus items such as quadratics and trig equations. For quadratic, it would be necessary to show factorization, use of the quadratic formula, or completing the square as stated. So no more shortcuts. Using calculators to solve equation and writing down only the solution is not sufficient. It's not sufficient. It is also insufficient to quote only the quadratic formula. Candidates need to show values substituted into it. When factorizing, candidates should ensure that the factors always expand to give the coefficients of the quadratic. So this thing is the most important thing that students need to know. whether they are in AS level, whether they are in A2 level, whether they are in O level. So it's a must for everyone. General comments, some very good responses were there, and but the paper proved challenging from a number of candidates. For this paper, the knowledge and use of basic algebraic and trigonometric methods from IGCSE or O levels is expected. That is nothing but natural. Now, question number 1. In both parts, it was necessary to evaluate the terms. In some cases, this led to coefficient and middle term. This one was that, I think, binomial. So as far as I remember, the first question was about binomial, so nothing special in this. So question number 1, that is binomial. Question number 2, that is about quadratics. That is also very, very straightforward. Equate the curve and the line, use discriminant to form a quadratic equation and solve the inequality. Sign errors were common, leading to the wrong quadratic. Some candidates chose the wrong region for inequality. So remember, drawing a sketch is a must. So it's an English word, must, and it's not must. So now question number 3, the question required candidates. What was question number 3? As far as I remember, I think it was trigonometry. Yeah, it says so. The question required candidates to factorize the trig. We did it. And do not replace, because result in a lot more work. So always breaking tangent into sine over cos is not better. So remember the keyword, always take common. That should be the hard and fast rule. Part 4 was about that AP-GP thing. In part A, the candidates used to solve infinity for geometric series, equate it, and some sign and arithmetic errors were seen, and it was common for candidates to use the 8th term formula instead of the formula for the sum. Part B, a method mark could be awarded for the 8th term and the initial value. That is, this thing is about ECF if you have done it correctly. Question number 5 was that thing that was trigonometry, the sketch. The majority of candidates attempted this question. Some fully corrected answers were seen. Some candidates showed working but could not identify numerical values. The horizontal sketch proved to be the most challenging of the 3 transformations. In part B and C, few candidates produced correct answers, and they did not realize they need to consider the intersection of straight line and the curve. This is the main thing. That is why knowledge of straight line mx plus c is assumed. You should be knowing this. Okay, Ji. What's next? In part A, the candidates recognize the angle was pi by 3, then calculate perimeter. So basically that equilateral triangle. In circular measure question, part B involved using the angle, devising a strategy. I think this is too easy. Let's not go over it. Question number 7. Now, what was question number 7? Question number 7 was that equation of a circle. I think that was the easiest question I have seen for circle. Circle equation. Many candidates calculated the radius correctly, formed an equation. Errors involving omitting the square of the radius or including a negative sign rather than a positive one in the circle equation. That means the circle equation is x minus h whole square, y minus k whole square is r square. So what the examiner is saying is about this. There is a minus sign, there is a minus sign. Always stick to the standards. So remember the statement, always stick to the standard form in every scenario, whether it's the equation of circle or it's a completed square form. In part B, it was necessary to eliminate one variable by substituting the equation of a line, then solve a 3-term quadratic. Some errors were seen in manipulation. Final part of the question required candidate to calculate the length of a line segment. That is straightforward. Question number 8. What was 8? 8 was about that functions question. So 8 was about functions. And I think we did pretty well in that. Maximum value, and this thing again, the standard form, a x minus h whole square plus k. Calculate the range, 1 to 1, common errors, inequality or this thing, my advice is draw a sketch always. Part D, finding an inverse is the standard algebraic procedure. They need to realize that the range of f inverse had a maximum of 2 and need a positive square root should be discounted. Basically, right of turning point, the square root should have a positive sign, and left of turning point, the square root has a negative sign. And everything else is there. Question number 9. What was 9 about? 9 was about that thing, that integration thing. In part A, many candidates successfully found the equation of the curve, including evaluation of the constant. Part B, form a quartic equation. Quartic is power 4. And we don't use the terminology in P1. We use the terminology disguised quadratic equation. What else is there? Substituted. I think there's nothing. Second derivative. Part D, the clue for the candidates to use second derivative test. And this thing, I think this was straightforward. Question 10. Now, what is question number 10? Question number 10 is about that integration and volume and that something integration and volume. Indices, yes, indices, people do have a problem working with indices. Integrating, show first term disappeared. Why disappeared? Because the rule I've told you, any number divided by 0 is undefined. Any number divided by undefined is 0. And normal and this thing. So that finishes our paper and our session. So we are done with November 2021 variant 11 along with the examiner report. Take care.